Good morning, everyone. This is Kathy Mason from Mason Works Marketing here on Conscious Business Zone with my new friend, David Starr. Hi, David. How are you?
Good morning. Hi, Kathy. I'm doing great. I'm feeling that we're both got a little bit of snowstorm there over the last few days, but spring weather's coming.
Yeah, yeah. Well, as I said to you, I really like it when it snows here. It's a way for the water to seep into the soil rather than rain and fall off. So I'm happy. It's beautiful, blue sky, not a cloud in the sky, and snow.
Oh,
So
that's perfect.
and
Yes,
there may be a snowman in my future.
that would be a good idea. It's fun to play in the snow. Got involved in a pretty epic
Uh,
snowball fight with my kids and their friends the other day, and just being a kid myself. And
that's perfect. That's
yeah.
perfect. Well, David, I want to introduce you to my audience because you are a magical being. I've been watching you and gotten to watch replays of some of the online things you've done with other people, and you really have a capacity to see, use your third eye, and really help people. So I wanted to ask when all of your magical abilities came through. When did all of that start?
Uh, one of the biggest things that really brought it in for me was my guide teams, especially in 2020. They've come to me my whole life, but in 2020 it was different. It was like, I should say, even towards the tail end of 2019, I was just getting pushed. It's like, this is the time now. This is the time. You got to really kick this into motion. And they're telling me, you got to reach out to other star seeds. And I'm like, what do you mean reach out to other star seeds? What is there, like star seed groups out there or something? And then so I searched on Facebook star seed groups, and sure enough, there's like so many. And then I was like, oh my God, these are my people. Yes. We started sharing, and that's really when the magic began, because everybody was bringing in these amazing codes. Light language was starting, and and everyone was really creating these energies, these fifth dimensional energies, and then their guide teams were all coming together, and they're saying this is the time to manifest from your heart and live in your heart, and truly all the magic comes from within. And just a game changer for me. There's a higher aspect of mine on the Lionsgate portal came down, and I'm just sitting there in the park on the bench, sitting in the sun, as I love the sun, stargazing or sun gazing, and I always felt really close with the sun. And all of a sudden, this purple being starts dancing down on the sun ray, and she goes, "David, I'm Nasera, and I'm the guardians of the 12th gate portal." I'm like, okay, how can I help you? And she says, well, I came here to bring some of your old technology back that you used to have in other lifetimes, and this purple lightning technology. And she goes, it just goes in your arms right here, and it's just and you can create purple lightning, and it's great for earth grid clearing. And she goes, you're going to be doing a lot of that grid work coming up, so let me show you how it works. I'll just merge with you. And I'm like, and she had these white eyes that were just shooting out white light and this purple energy, and she's a being. And then I found out later she was an aspect of myself after channeling her, because she stayed with me for quite some time. I could channel her whenever too. And so then she merged with me, and she goes, okay, now send out the purple lightning out of your hands. So I'm sending it out into the grids, and it's doing clearing work. And then I was able to use that energy in this, like the lightning ray. And I started doing lightning ray activations with people and sending out some lightning rays, and meeting amazing people, like at the New Earth Ascending Consciousness with Rob Nicole and Bonnie Bird and Jessie May. And we were doing all these, playing with dragon energies. The dragons were coming in, and oh my God, we did a dragon week. It was so fun, so much adventure. And realizing I had a dragon. I didn't realize until about March that I had a dragon, and that dragon energies were coming and I kept seeing dragon clouds wherever I was going. I'm just like, oh, the clouds are showing me something. And I was always looking up the clouds, and it was just for messages and stuff at that time. And then I had this kind of like a few of our friends got together and we went out of town and we had a little bit of a spiritual retreat. We did an activation, and then we channeled in this the ancient cities of light. It was coming through this portal, and I thought we were going to open a portal at this destination spot that we went in, and I'm sitting in the sun and I'm seeing the ancient cities of light coming through, and I'm just like, oh, we activated the portal, great. And my guy said, no, David, you are the portal. I'm like, okay, hurry up and get this out of here. I just wanted to get through me. This golden city is coming through me. It was so it's this golden city, and then I ended up meditating and going there after I realized it was there, and it has these like Buddha heads, and it's beautiful golden and purple strands of energy in it, and that's when I first met Saint Germain. So I went there, and the Saint Germain did the coolest thing ever. It's so cool. I gotta tell the story. I'm sitting with him, and he's showing me. He goes, start tuning in to all of your memories of trauma from when you're a child and into your current state. So I started thinking about it, and then he just pulled out, which was like 5,000 memories, and they look like Polaroid pictures. And then he starts going purple flaming it with these karate chops in every picture, and just cleansing all the density out. And I'm just like, and I was like, oh my goodness, that was cool. And I know I've done some meditations where we've gone to the Golden City, the ancient cities of light, as they call it. One time, me and Robin and Bonnie went there, and we were guided to go there to ancient Lemuria and bring back some energies into the now. So I think this whole adventure has been, like bringing up all these ancient energies, this unity consciousness, this one consciousness, like for telepathy, teleportations on the board now coming up, and manifesting our reality, shape-shifting, all these things that are coming up, these energies and these codes are coming, all these light workers that have worked so hard to channel in from their star systems to and from their past lives, and bringing this energy back and bringing it into our now reality to shift us into this unconditional love, unity consciousness, fifth dimensional energy and beyond. There's even seventh dimensional and ninth dimensional energies that are coming in now, and it's a beautiful time to be alive. And
well, okay, so you mentioned Lemurian, and I think you mentioned to me before Atlantis. So basically, are you helping connect people with their star origin? Is that part of your delight?
It's different from week to week as the energies are changing, but I'm extremely passionate about to activate the I am and the source and the unlimited potential within everybody. That's what really gets me excited. That everybody is a perfect expression of source and are limitless. And the more that we can believe in ourselves and our capacity to change and activate our gifts within, the more that 3D matrix just dissolves within us and we align more to the higher frequencies. In the last week and a half, I've been doing some sessions, and for the first time for me, that oversouls have been coming in. So the oversouls are like, they're your higher aspects, and they're clusters of souls that are your soul energy, and people's future aspects, higher aspects are coming in with messages about their gifts, messages about the future, and just some so profound. This one was showing her a timeline where she's going to be inventing as a new technology, and I can't go into great details because it's for her, but it was just so profound, and I love it. And I think what's happening too is, like, people might not even realize, but higher selves are coming in to merge and oversouls are coming to take more of an active role in the soul development, along with our higher aspects. That seems to be newer for me of what's coming in now, and I'm so excited about it, because it's like, yes, everyone's gifts are really going to be coming in now. And I am a firm believer that within 2 to 3 years that there's going to be people teleporting on this planet. People are going to be on the cusp probably of shape shifting. They might already be able to do that. I'm not quite there yet. And then master our own genes and healing ourselves at a cellular level. And that's also information that's coming in now. And it's just so magical, what
I,
we're living in.
I watched your presentation on cell repair. Basically, it was cell healing, and I felt it. I really felt it. So yeah, no, what you're doing is the real deal. It's very cool. But were you activated? Was there something that were you always seeing and feeling other things in your field?
In my early 20s, I was like, from about 17. What started it off, actually, I was eavesdropping on my mom and my sister sitting on the porch, and they're talking about white light, and I was 17, and I'm just listening to their conversation, and it's mind blowing, because I didn't see it as a child. But
Okay.
I would hear voices. I just thought it was my own internal dialogue. But I do remember as a child hearing and being audio psychic. I can't remember the term, clairaudient. And so I'd hear voices, and because it was a little bit rough. I had a kind of a rough childhood growing up, like a lot of light workers. And the messages I was getting back is just, don't worry, hang in there, things are going to get better. And when I overheard that conversation with my mom and my sister when I was 17, and they're talking about how there's white light around everybody, I'm just like, what is going on with this? Is this for real? Are you guys kidding me? So I went into my room that night, and then I started imagining white light coming out of my finger, and I started feeling my finger tingle. And then I would imagine it, because I didn't know too much at that time, so I'd imagine it going to heaven. So the white light, which is really going to source, right?
Yeah.
There is a heaven realm. It could have gone there. I'm not sure. So then I shot out this second finger. And so the next thing you know, within a few minutes, I got white light shooting out all my fingers. My fingers are tingling. I'm feeling all this energy in my hand. I'm like, it's real. It's real. And then shortly after that, I was making these balls of energy, and I was just like throwing them to my hand, and just like, and then I really started researching it, reading books. And so one book would really lead me to another book, and I just felt like I was on this huge pursuit from ages 17 to 26. One of the coolest things that they showed me that really worked well, and anybody can practice this one, is if you have any question in the world about past lives, about gifts, is to focus your intention on it before you go to sleep, and just keep repeating your question in your mind over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and knowing that it's going to be presented to you in a dream. And virtually every time you'll get a vision dream, but it requires, there's no other questions in your mind, and it's like 10, 15, 20 minutes is all you think about before you go to sleep. So I get all these. So one time I'm like, show me one of the ancient secrets of the universe. And then I kept repeating it. And then they showed me this dream. We're on a ship, and we collect this scroll, and when I opened up the scroll, it was talking about the power of the three and the universal secret of three, and how it's used in intentions, and how it's used in the universe in perfect harmony with everything. It was so long ago, I wish I wrote and recorded exactly the whole details on the scroll, but it wasn't until later in my life that I found out from all these other confirmations as well about the magic of three and the power of three. And so that was always magical, and I had so many profound experiences in that time. And that when I was 26, my guide teams came to me and they said, you have to start living your life. You're doing this 100% of your time. You're here for a physical experience, and we want you to live and express and learn. So I started focusing on that and expanding my just worldly experiences. And it was back early 2019 where I was feeling like, I need a change in my life. I'm not happy with my job. It's not soul fulfilling. And I know I need to get back into my spiritual roots. And so I started planning of getting out of this business that I was in and into something new. And I had no idea it was going to be Divine Ray. But in May of 2020,
Right.
in May of 2020, I had 3 dreams back to back to back to back the same night, and they're showing me how people were coming together, like, and they showed like TV screens in front of everybody, like they're all in a TV, like a YouTube kind of like frame,
Uh-huh.
and they're tuning in their divine wisdom, and all this lights around them, and it's just these magical moments where people have epiphanies and about consciousness, or epiphanies about connecting with guides, and they're just bringing in this information in these short videos. And so then I would wake up in the dream, and the guides are talking to me, and they'd be like, and it's going to be great, and everybody's going to love it. By the time I had the 3rd dream the same night, and they're showing everybody in the field super happy, tuning the divine wisdom, and they're like, and it's called Divine Ray. And I'm like, well, great, I don't even have to name it. Perfect. Because you know how hard it is to come up with a name, especially
Well,
on something like that.
well, so when you said that you see movies, kind of, that's what I do too. I see timelines like that for people. So
That's
you're the
awesome.
only other person I've ever talked to that does the weirdness that I do. But I didn't grow up in a house where I could talk about it. It sounds like you could have talked to did you talk to your mom and your sister about the energy?
I did. They gave me some brief information, and then slowly as I was waking up, I noticed I had this really big connection with angels, and I still do to this day. It's I love their energy.
Oh, no, you were able to keep working on it and get reinforced that you're
Yeah,
nuts from your family. That's good.
yeah,
That's not that common.
yeah. I was lucky in that way. Um, it's just the new information that's coming with the dragons and the channeling and the star systems and the star beings and the Earth Alliance and all the ancient past lives and activating and all that. I have conversations with my mom and my sister about that now, and they think I'm a little crazy, but so they're not into exploring consciousness at that level. So it's something that resonates within the community, and everyone's going to get there eventually. So
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool. Okay, so I want to go back to Divine Ray. So you get these, and this is fairly recent, right? This is last
May
year.
2020.
Yeah. Okay, so tell
Mhm.
the story again, so we make sure that everybody gets how you got Divine Ray. Okay.
So I wasn't planning on getting 3 prophetic dreams in one night. I just went to bed like any normal night. But interestingly, when I go back to it, I think it was around April of 2020. I should probably go back to this because this is an important step in how this all came. I'm sure this is how it's all connected. Um, I had this dream this one night. I was brought to this new city that looked like Dubai, but New York, like a new New York, and all these amazing structures were there. And there was about 40 or 50 of us. Our consciousness was brought into this dream, and we're all there. Our consciousness in the dream, and everybody's name was they had like a tag, and they
Yeah.
had numbers from 3 to 5 beside their name.
Oh,
And then this being comes out, and I didn't understand it until I woke up. And this being comes out and says, "This is where you all are at in reaching the 5th dimension." It says you need to get to 5, and there was a couple people already at 5. A lot of people at 3.5 and 4. At that time, I was at 4.5. This is what they showed me. I'm like, well, how do I get to 5? I'm thinking. So when I woke up, and I'm like, how do I get to 5? What am I missing? What am I missing? and
cool.
and then after searching for it and feeling into it, it was about making a more of a merging and alignment with my higher self. So I was thinking, so I gotta surrender to my higher self. So now I'm thinking like, okay, is it going to be me when I do that? Am I going to be the same person when I surrender to my higher self? So I started freaking out a little bit. I'm like, okay, is it going to be me? Am I going to be in the back of my own mind? And my higher self's going to come in and take over? Like, these were the thoughts back in March and April that were going through my mind before this. So I called up my friend. I'm like, Brad, you got to come over. We're going to have a band practice. I got to tell you something. So he comes over. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be the same person, but so I just wanted you to know I love you. I appreciate you. You're like one of my best friends. He says, Dave, you're such a good person in your heart that even if you merge with your higher self, all it's going to mean is it's going to be a better version of you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So the next night I do it. The next night I do it. I'm like, so I lie in bed. I'm just concentrating. I'm like, okay, I surrender to the divine, in full service to the divine. I want to make everything, the world a better place, and I just want to serve God on high, serve the divine, and I surrender to my higher self. I accept merging with my higher self, and I just kept repeating it over and over and over. And then all of a sudden, I started seeing all the star energy just coming into my room, like these little pieces of consciousness coming in. And I felt that was the first time I merged with my higher self, and that really put me in this trajectory of higher consciousness expansion. And it was shortly after that time that Jesus, or Yeshua, as many of us call him, started coming to me and giving me lessons. And like, he would just show up while I'm in the bath and give me a lesson on going within your heart and expanding within your heart, and these beautiful lessons. And so I think it was my commitment and 100% conviction within myself to serve the light and God on high and the source, and to manifest love within myself and for everybody that I come across. That then shortly after that, I'm lying in bed that one night and all of a sudden the first dream comes on, and people are tuning in their divine wisdom, and they're like in like TV screens, and they're showing all these beautiful moments, and they're flipping it through. Like, so here's another beautiful moment. Here's another beautiful moment of somebody tuning in their divine wisdom. So when I woke up, I'm like, well, first when I woke up, because it was 3 dreams, and I woke up after the 3rd time, and they kept saying how great it's going to be and everyone's going to love it. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So I literally took all the money that I had, everything, and I even sold things to raise the money, and found a developer out of India through the Fiverr app, because it's a lot cheaper than US or Canada to develop apps with. And after about a year of going through it, we're only one small update that has to happen right now.
Wow.
And it's to go through it. I'll show you what it is here.
Divine Ray is a app, you guys, that that David was inspired from his divine self, from his higher self, to probably bring back from from the past, probably from Atlantis or Lemuria, in order to help more people evolve. And it's for star seeds. It's a content device. But I don't want to interrupt. I just want to make sure that people understood what we're talking about, that the Divine Ray, which is on the screen, it's divineray.io, is you can go to it on your desktop or on your phone. Okay, now go back.
Yeah. So how we've designed it is so it's like TikTok, but for spirituality. Like, so if I go through it, I can give you an idea. Now you just flip through, and you'll get, just like TikTok, you'll flip through, and there'll be people that you resonate with. So then you hit the love button that you love them, and then more of their videos will start coming up for you. And then you follow them, and then if you really like what they're doing, then you just they'll have on their profile this button that's called more. And in that more button, you can book healing sessions, psychic sessions. You can buy activations and meditations. If you just want to gift them an item, just a gift from your heart in exchange of how they change your life, you can do that. So when you first create an account with Divine Ray, you have to do it on the app, and it's available in the Google Store as well as the Apple Store. So you create your account first, and then if you're a healer, then after you've created your account and verified your email, then you go to the divineray.io, and you can add on slots in for healing sessions that you want to offer. Like, let's say if you want to offer them on Mondays, you want to work from 8 till 4. On Tuesdays, you want to work from 10 till 3. And you just design it around your life and what you want to commit to. And then the slots become available for people to book on the app. So the part of this final update is the developer didn't put on a time zone for the appointment slots. So I said, you got to put the time zone in, so because it's different for everybody around the world. And the other thing that he's got to do is send an email notification to both the creator and the user that this appointment has been booked. So once that's done, and within the next few days, my intention is to create these videos to show people how to set up their account on divineray.io, as well as what they can, how a user can work the app and book sessions with people. So I'm creating a few different videos, and then I'm working with with a designer to come up with a really nice promotional element of the video that's going to be a surprise, but it's going to be very beautiful. And and then we want to just work with light workers for the first, like, there's not going to be a lot of business in the app for people for about 3-4 weeks, because we're just going to be focusing on getting light workers in there, set up, making some videos that are going to resonate with users and customers. And then once the light workers are in there, then we're going to promote the video to the end users so that there's a really good positive content, and they're ready to go. They're ready to offer psychic readings and healing sessions. So we're really close. The official launch is May 3rd, but I'm going to be reaching out to a lot of people that have expressed interest. So if anybody is interested in being a healer, offer psychic readings, or showcasing their product, because some people have a lot of activations with art, and with meditations, and they can put them all in there. You can showcase your art. You can for the physical products that are going to be sold, it's going to be a direct dialogue between the user and the creator at this point in time, because I haven't integrated a shipping method worldwide right now, which will come out in a future update. But for now, users can private message the creators and just talk to them. Hey, I really love that art piece that you had. How much is it? Where can I get it? And so that can happen.
That's so cool. So I signed up yesterday, and but I didn't. I thought I could do audios or videos. Is that right? I can do an audio upload, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you can sell. You can promote audio activations. You can promote meditations on there. And so the whole idea is to get people to resonate with you, and that's why you have all these short videos. That's like, you'll have short videos of someone who is tuning in their divine wisdom, and it's like, you know what, send your love to everybody and make these short videos, 30 seconds, a minute. You can insert audio in it. Like, there's some people that love to do like light language with their hands, and they're tuning it in, and they're bringing in sun rays, and they're in the sun, and they're just channeling in the light, and they just want sound behind that. So you can do that. You can create a video, add your sound into it, do your light language, and then when people love what you're doing, then they're like, hey, what do you have? Do you have a video to sell with other activations? Do you do psychic readings or spiritual healing?
cool.
So they can book it all. And so I'm so excited about it. It's finally here. It's finally here. It's about a year from the dreams for it to come and be ready for everybody.
Well, so I don't have like my other music and all that stuff on the phone, but I could record on my phone. but I was using it on desktop and it worked just fine. So, but you ideally think you're using it more for phone. You're seeing it more as a phone app.
For right now, yeah. For right now, what I was told by my guide teams was it's going to grow outside of the app as well into like a community, um,
Cool.
so like it's going to be like where people will exchange gifts and it's going to be bigger than but the app is vital. It's very important, especially for the newly awakened people who are coming out there that need support, that have no idea about consciousness expansion and connecting their light pillar, protecting their energies, doing shadow work. Like there's so much that people can learn, a way for people to learn this information and to buy products and services and advance their souls. And as well as, and you know what's beautiful about it, I believe, is that the more there's people waking up that have amazing gifts right now, and then they're going to be charged with this, and then there's going to come a point for them where they're going to be like, you know what, I've unlocked some stuff too. I can make these videos too, and you know what, and it's already here. I can offer my services, and then it becomes the student has become the master in a way. Like we're all still mastering ourselves always. Like no one's
Yeah.
really a true 100% master. Like, but we're always learning, right? And and we're evolving, and our consciousness is expanding, and our understanding of new things is expanding all the time. So it's going to be great when these next generations, like, oh my God, some of these kids coming on right now, holy smoke, they're from like 100, like so special.
So you have kids? How many kids do you have?
Yeah, I got 3 kids. I got a
Okay.
4, a 7, and a 12, and
Oh,
I'm teaching them about crystals and energy and for
so
right
cool.
now.
Are they telepathic at all, or
Well, they the 4-year-old is really empathic and feeling the energies, and she's got strong angelic energies with her. And the 7-year-old, it has memories of past lives and being on other planets and stuff. So it's fun to see their development. And I think, you know, when kids are brought up in environments where their parents are open about this, they're not shy to explore it, and then they tap into it more
so
as well. So the next generations coming on are gonna really push the expansion of consciousness to areas that we can imagine, but it's they're just gonna push it out to the masses as well. And
well,
it's gonna they're amazing, some of the things that I've seen. Like this, I
that's
think some of them are from the future, to be honest. They're just coming from the future and living here, and they're,
yeah.
they're here for missions, and so
Well,
cool.
there's so many opportunities to expand between the ETs that are interacting with us and then the angelic realm. What always amazes me is that people don't really realize they have a team, and it's like the angels are sitting around twirling,
Yeah, yeah,
going, they don't ask me, so I can't do anything. So
yeah. I remember seeing one time in the angelic realm that it's like a light tube, a light television almost, that comes from the angels and goes all the way down, and they're watching your timelines, watching you. I always see at least 3 of them. There's like always 3 angels watching over every soul, um, and and then you have your higher self, and then you have your oversoul and your higher aspect teams, and they're all ready to assist you. And intentions are so important. And so a lot of people say, well, who should I connect with? I don't know which, let's say, which ET aspects are going to serve my highest good. But as long as you are setting the intentions to connect with high love beings that are serving your highest good, that's what matters the most. And if you want to go one step ahead of that and say, I want to connect with my higher aspects in my oversoul group, my energy from
That's
past, present, and future for my highest good. You'd be surprised at what's going to come in for you. And
I'm going to do that. Well, I work with Saint Germain every day. I open up I do an I am prayer, and then I do it's a decree. It's out of one of the blue books. I don't know if you're familiar with those. It's over there. But so I work with, he's always over here, and then I've got another big angel over here, and then I've got this like Arcturian group that's been with me since I was a little girl.
very cool.
Yeah, so I've always used it, but I've worked with a lot of people where I introduced them to the MAP team. Have you ever heard of that?
The MAP team?
MAP.
I have not. No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, I'll go get the book real quick. Hold on.
Okay, cool.
It's It's a medical assistance program called MAP.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of it?
No, I'm writing it down though.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. This is a way for people to connect with their healing team, especially good for physical healing of your body. And here I'll show it again. So if anybody's and
All right.
yeah, this is it's not allopathy, homeopathy, neuropathy, or any conventional medical specialty, nor is it related to alternative health modalities or holistic health. It is not esoteric, occult, new age, or spiritual. It's very different, but you connect with your beings, your aspects that are here to help you with your physical. And then this is what I use for Saint Germain every morning. Have you ever heard of it? Can you read it?
I haven't. I'll check that one out too.
I am decree booklets. It's you've seen the green books, the Saint Germain green books? No?
I probably have seen something, but
Hi.
I got some research to do. It looks like.
Well, no. What the deal is that there are chronicles of Saint Germain and all of the manifestations using the physical expression in different ways. So when you're talking about bilocating or instant manifestation, there is a trail. There is a way to follow the information and try it yourself.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'll look into it, especially because
Yeah,
Saint Germain's.
yeah, Saint Germain. There's Saint Germain Press. They're green books. They're not. There's other people that write about Saint Germain and Violet Flame, but it's the I Am Presence.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, but these decree booklets. That's how you create. You co-create with the universe at a higher level because you're using the I Am Presence and the Violet Flame to kill. They say clear all the obscurations in your field because you aren't even aware of your stinking thinking. That
Yeah, it's really good too, because especially like when you're doing videos and live videos and stuff, a lot of people don't realize, but people connect. Their energies end up connecting with you, and it's just very healthy every day just to do a purple flame over your energy, and just with intention, just purple flaming, removing all cords and attachments, cleansing energy and everything. And it's why, like when we're doing videos and we're connecting third eyes and hearts, it's very important to disconnect as well after you do a session. And so there's definitely like and I bet you anything in those books, a lot of that information is going to be in there. So I'll have to check them out.
But the information, the green books, a lot of it is stories, so you can get an idea of what you could do. I mean, the Ascended Masters, all of that it's the veils are gone now. So if you have vivid imagination and you have some interest in trying stuff, you can, just like you're doing.
Hmm.
You're, there's all sorts of opportunities, and a lot of this stuff is just to show you what's possible, I think.
Yeah, yeah, and I think everything is possible. We just
Yeah,
got to believe more and more in ourselves as perfect beings of source, and really tap into and expand our consciousness. Um, it's going to be um, a bit different for a lot of people, especially like when you start talking to stars or a tree, and you think, am I going crazy here? Am I talking to a tree right now? But trees are really grounding, and you
yeah,
can just ask the trees. Even if you're driving, you just need some grounding. You can just connect with the trees as you're driving and ask them to help ground your energy so you can ground more. And they have amazing intelligence as consciousness. So I don't think there's anything to be concerned about. It's just important to live in your joy, live in your happiness, and connect with your heart, because the heart connects with all things.
yes,
And that was one of the biggest lessons that Yeshua gave me in speaking with consciousness, trees, stars, mountains, is to ask them what they need, and
right. Oh, yeah.
to give them what they need. And it's usually simple things. When I was out in Mount Shasta, it's a perfect example.
Okay.
Um, as soon as I got there, I asked Mount Shasta what it needed, and Mount Shasta told me I need to go to the ninth dimension right now. I need ninth dimensional codes. I'm in the seventh dimension. If you can channel in some codes of the ninth dimension for me, that's what I need. So I go up to source and I start, and this is all intention, merge with my higher self. And I said, let's bring in some ninth dimensional codes and energies in as a source being that can do anything with ninth dimension, that ninth dimensional codes. And I was sending them all to the mountain to upgrade the mountain chakras. And because the mountain has a heart chakra. It's a mountain, but it has a heart chakra.
But
Uh,
it is the heart. Well, is it the heart chakra of the world? I think Mount Shasta is, or is it at Okay, I
and
don't know
they say it's the root
the
chakra
root.
of Earth, but it does have a heart chakra.
And
Um,
there's people that live underneath. There's telos underneath.
yes, and
Yeah,
that's what happened to me. So after I'm done sending these ninth dimensional codes, I open up my eyes and all these blue energies are just flying all around me. I'm just like, whoa, what is going on here? And it was this excitement from these telos beings.
right.
I guess you can't be upgrading Mount Shasta without telos knowing, right? And they sent, so that's when I first started connecting with them. And then they showed me how they send up codes into the water stream in Mount Shasta, and it comes down
Right,
because when you go into Mount Shasta, it's like pure unconditional love
right.
energy everywhere at all times. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how did this town get so in these energies? And so I happened to stumble upon the Sacramento Falls, which is in Mount Shasta City at City Park,
Uh-huh.
and the falls come from the top of the mountain, and I'm like, I wonder if this is okay to drink this water. And then all of a sudden the guy says, yes, you can drink it. So I start drinking it, but then I start seeing everybody coming up, filling up their water jugs, like they're every day. So I'm filling up mine, and I'm drinking the water. And for the last year, and this was an old Atlantis thing, is to put anything crystal or a crystal in a water and put it outside and let the sun hit it, and give you the sun codes and energies into your water. And I've been drinking that um, to every day, and that's what I do with 100%. Whenever it's sunny, I load it up. Whenever
Yeah.
it's like the sun is out, I load up I call it rainbow water, because
Right.
through the sun and the crystal, it creates rainbows and sun water. So I just call it rainbow water. And it has increased my health and vitality 100%. And I've been doing it for over a year now. But when I went out and I drank the waters in Mount Shasta, I could feel this energy wave within me and in my organs and shifting up. I'm just like, wow, wow.
That's
Um, But
Okay.
as an unlimited being, um, you can actually code your water. You can actually tune into the Mount Shasta waters and send those codes with intention into your water and get all that uplifting vibration. So I do that now with my rainbow water, and
That's
it's
great.
absolutely fantastic. But I had this like, you know what? I don't even think the whole town realizes it, but they're shifting just by drinking this water. I'm telling you. They're just coming every day, drinking, filling up their water jugs, and I'm like, man, they don't realize, or maybe some of them do realize. But what
Yeah.
was really crazy was I was pulling out of the Sacramento Falls area in my rental car, and I seen this lady walking her dog, and I look at her and I just immediately knew she's some kind of advanced being. And I look at her, and she's got this green glow in her eyes, and so did her dog. And I'm like, oh my God, they're the same consciousness. And I'm starting to tune into it. I'm like, is she a Telos being? I think she's a Telos being living a human, like just walking her dog there. And they both had the same energy in their eyes. And I'm just like, my mouth dropped and I just couldn't stop staring. I was just like, I couldn't believe it.
Oh, I got to go to Mount Shasta with this guy, Richard Yap, who uses these LED lights. They're trying to remember the name of them, Pandora starlights. And we did some magical stuff up there. I mean, the way we found the spot we were supposed to be in was a bird landed on Cian's arm and took us there. I mean, a
No
water.
way.
Oh yeah, so there's
Wow.
yeah, there's some cool stuff going on there, man.
Oh
That
yeah. Yeah. And I've been starting to feel, even in Canada, it's not 100% of the time right now, but I've been starting to feel the same unconditional love energies that are just 100% of the time out in Mount Shasta, even where I'm at. So the shift, then these energies coming in is really going to shift and drive in this unconditional love around the whole planet. And you can't, it's the best energy.
yeah,
It's so amazing. And in
well,
everything that I've ever done, and I try to reach up to like the 100th dimension and just trying to expand. How high can I go and what can I experience?
yeah,
And then when you reach to those high dimensions and you come back, you're always buzzing and your energy's always like, and you
yeah,
need to ground and everything. But when I met the Divine Mother for the first time, and went into her energy, it was just pure unconditional love, just very similar to Shasta, and it just clears and it purifies and it's so lovely. And then when I disconnected from her, that unconditional love energy stayed around me for hours.
yeah.
And you can't overdose on that energy. You don't need to ground. That energy is grounding. And it's like, I was like, you know what? That's the only energy I want to be in. I don't want to reach up to the fifth dimension, like or the 20th or the 30th. If I can be in that unconditional love energy, I can't overdose from it. And it's just amazing, and it expands our hearts, and it's so beautiful.
It's food. It's food, right? I mean, that's really the veils are gone, and this opportunity to be the love that you really are is here, but not. We don't have an operating system for it. So that's why I'm so excited to introduce you to people so that they can learn more about how to live in that and be highly functioning. I mean, you're still doing everything you would do anyway, but you're also experimenting with your human capabilities to the next level, and that's what I don't know anyone that wouldn't benefit from that. I mean, you can't go wrong, really. That's the game. That's the game we signed up for. But people, the remembering game has to come first, I guess.
Yeah, that's remembering. And we do get caught up a lot, like a lot of people, and it's fine to feel into all your aspects and everything that you've ever done, but we're not limited to being an aspect of an archangel, or limited to being an aspect of a Lumerian priestess, or limited to being an aspect of a highly ninth dimensional Arcturian. I mean, we are essentially everything and everyone. And so we're unlimited into who we are. And I think the more that we dive into our I am, the more that we dive within ourselves and completely believe that we can do anything and are leaving from our hearts, these people are going to start moving objects with their hands. People are going to start
Oh, yeah.
eventually. I don't think it's too far off. People are going to be at that mastery level where they can manifest a loaf of bread, as silly as that analogy is, because it's more of a biblical one, but is
Yeah.
to be able to manifest food by shifting the structure of a rock into the structure of a loaf of bread. You know,
Right.
if these
Right.
things that we're going to tap into are going to change the whole way that we live, and eventually we're going to come together and eliminate world hunger and disease, and have these beautiful soul experiences that are at that next evolution. So here we
So
are, and Divine Ray is free. So how the Divine Ray app,
there you go.
how the Divine Ray app is going to make money and further and market and expand globally is we just have a markup on what people charge for their services. So it doesn't cost anybody anything. It does and the user just pays whatever the price is. So whatever the person wants for a spiritual healing session, they set their price, and then the app marks it up. And what I've been told from my guide teams is this is the beginning of an abundance generator and change. So it's not just the app, and it does grow outside the app, but the app is going to get involved when it's doing well in reinvesting in other people's divine projects as well, and it's just going to keep perpetuating out this shift and changing the world into a higher consciousness. So
Great.
and it doesn't cost a creator anything, and it's just going to spread light. So even if you don't want to offer spiritual healings or sell meditations or products, or if you don't want to do any of that, but you want to give some wisdom that you've learned, even that will change the world. Just that little saying that you have, that you know within your heart, that changed your life, could change somebody else and put them on that path, that put you on the path of happiness. So everybody has these little nuggets, these beautiful divine wisdom that they can tune into the app, and it can help out and create, like you say, the ripples, and it just keeps growing and growing. So it's very exciting to be at the
Well,
time now where it's coming out, and this one little tad update to the app. So
that
so
is
excited.
amazing. That is so cool. Well, I think what's so exciting about all of this is, first of all, that you're just an amazing being. So anything you do, I'm sure the energy is going to be incredible in it. I mean, you really are a beacon of light. Thank you so much for that. And but I think that what's happening is that everybody's finding their soul family.
Yeah.
A lot of this is that a lot of people didn't have supportive families, and they had either very disorienting experience when they woke up, or they're still struggling, wrestling with the waking up. And a site like this with free content that'll be available for people will find each other. So I
Mhm.
think Facebook has done that in a great way. All of the social media sites have done a great job, YouTube, everything. But this is shorter energy bursts. Basically, you're actually getting like a heart, instead of a cup of coffee. You get a, a heart blast,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, you can have your cup of coffee too if you want. But
Yeah.
the idea of that, of uplifting this instantaneous energy shift that's available anytime, anywhere, because everybody has their phone with them. That's going to be the big part of the gift of it. It's not just the commercial side. The commercial side will come from that, but the idea that you can consciously choose your shift change. Okay, so Brooke is trying to sign
Yeah,
in.
I'll reach out to Brooke. Like, if there's a technical thing there, but he's doing an update right now, so that could be it. Like
Oh,
I'm that's why I'm not marketing it per se, like saying like there's still this final update that's happening right now. But I'll reach out to Brooke and just see
okay.
like about if there's a
Well, I
register.
was able to play around with it yesterday. I just didn't get to record anything to put in. But so
Mhm.
is there a short? Is like TikTok is short? Is
Yeah,
that what you're assuming that all of these will be short too?
yeah, the videos will be short. They'll be short
How long
videos.
is the longest look
I
like?
think it's just a minute. I just think it's
Oh, a
just
minute.
like a short minute. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
Hmm.
Sam, you might be interested in this, and Denise and Stephanie, you might all be interested in this. And I tagged
Awesome.
a bunch of other people. I apologize that not more people are here, but I'll share it everywhere so that because a lot of the people I tagged have content
Yeah,
that
that's
were
fabulous. Yeah, really looking at changing the world with everybody, and you
yeah.
know, there's a lot of
Yeah.
people waking up now,
Yep. Well,
and
that's
it's
what
hard to
we all
find.
stood in line to get these bodies to be here right now during this big party, and it's time for everybody to put that angst energy that's out in the ethers, bring it back in here and do something cool with it. And because that angst is potent, that energy, but you can harness it and use it for something fun and productive and help everybody with it. Hi, Denise. Denise is putting gifts and everything on it.
Hey, Denise.
Yeah, she'll be great. She would be great on this. So again, it's divineray.io. I'll put it also in the comments in the description. And David, is there anything, we have about 5 minutes or so. Is there anything that you'd like to share that gives people some more insight into working with you, or yeah, because we've told them all about the app, but you're a magical being and you do sessions. So could you share a little bit more about that so maybe people will connect with you for that?
Sure. Well, I'm going to be exclusively offering sessions on the Divine Ray app. And so I've I've stopped for right now because I gotta really focus on finishing these videos to show people how to like register your email, get the app, then do the divineray.io and set up all your products and services that you're offering. So I'm really focusing on that. And then as soon as that is, then I'm going to be focusing with everybody just so that all the content's on there. And then once the marketing happens to the end users and to the general public, that's when I'm going to go back to offer one-on-one sessions. But it's through either on the New Earth Ascending Consciousness, for example, on this Thursday coming up, if you go to that group, we're doing a unity circle of on frequency. And in frequency, for me, has been really important to guide me even in shadow work or what my guides are telling me, because a lot of the times my guides will say like I'll be talking to the Divine Mother and she says you got to do a help out within the Gaia's heart, there's something going on, I'll send you a frequency, just follow the frequency. So I'll follow her light that she sends and it will bring me into like what I need to see, and if I'm doing greater work and repair work,
Uh-huh.
or if I'm in shadow work, and the I'm seeing a life presenting itself, I will ask, because I'll start to see the life, if it's Atlantis, Lemuria, what's going on, but but they create the information of this past life, and you start seeing it. But I'll ask, can you speed me up in the timeline and show me like what if there's karmic things that need to be released, and then I'll just follow the frequency with the timeline to the karmic point, and then it brings, so frequency, it's if I want to connect with Gaia, I'll send a golden light from my heart, sending it with intention to Gaia, and then into the heart of Gaia, and then I'll follow that frequency consciously into the heart of Gaia. So that connection is coming on this Thursday. I think it's at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I believe that's 5 p.m. UK time, that we're going to be talking about frequency. And if anybody's on my Facebook page, I always do live videos constantly, and I share them out to all the groups. So I'll just keep doing that. And then, but the one-on-ones just for now, I have to focus on just this app finishing and the videos, and but I will be offering them on the Divine Ray app.
Great. Okay.
Once it comes out.
Okay. Well, because I know that people that connected with you here today are going to want more of you. So that's and I agree that I want more of you too. So do go to David Starr on Facebook, and he's so generous. There's probably easily 6 videos you could watch right away that were sometimes he's with other people, but that the cell video is awesome. I might do that one again. So
yeah. What was interesting with that one too, because I was feeling the changes happening within me while we were doing it, but the next day, all of a sudden, I started feeling all these shifts going on within me. Like the energy was working again, because it's intuitive in your cells and as source beings. The more happens. So, and I could feel things changing within me from head to toe. And this cell mastery is something that I'm being guided to really focus in on, because not just for healing, but for shape-shifting, teleporting. As I am a believer 100% now, because I've seen it, that the Venetian beings who are teaching the Lemurians more soul mastery were able to just lower their frequency to match the frequency of the time. And that's why they look like pure light beings, because they just lowered it just enough so they can be seen and communicate with the Lemurian priestesses and bring in this light and this information. So I'm 100%, I absolutely 100% know that by matching because I've been told the frequency, the destination is everything, and when you're teleporting. So when we completely master ourselves and are able to take ourselves and put ourselves into other areas around the world, or into another planet, even, like if it's safe, if you're 100% guided to do it and 100% know you can do it, to remanifest ourselves by raising our vibration to match a frequency of another place, then it becomes limitless to where we can go. But it's
so cool.
Yeah.
Well, and I do think that that's what the ancients knew. A lot of the indigenous and ancient cultures knew how to do this. It's almost like we've been in the dark ages, and that one of the people that are helping bring back that knowledge and put it into usable form. Because I mean, if you read even books from the 1800s, a lot of metaphysics, they're talking about bilocating or being able to manifest on an instant. All the Saint Germain books. I mean, there's clues about it, but never really get to do it.
So I think, like, once some of us just break through to that and hit that moment, we're going to teach the whole community, right? And then how many masters will be on earth? Like masters, everyone can become. Everyone is a master. It's just unlocking it and believing in it within yourself. It's that complete trust and knowing that you're unlimited, and just keep. This is where we're headed here. I think. I'm sure of it.
Knowing we're unlimited and not be frightened of it, and also know the proper ways to use it, because we haven't been given these powers because of our shadow. There's too much cleanup crew still, because if we could instantaneously manifest, there's still too much stuff there. of
Yeah,
what
no,
we
yeah, and you know, like if a whole bunch of masters start popping up around it, it
oh,
might create some people being targets too. But I mean, I think the most important thing is just not to fear. We all are here for the reasons we're here for, and whatever consequence it is. If you're able to teleport anyways, you're just going to be able to leave anyways. So like nobody can do anything to you anyways. So it's not to fear and completely trust in your heart. But you're right. The shadow work, like 2020 was an eye opener for me for releasing my past lives and the density within my energy field. And I should tell a story about that because
okay.
I've learned I learned two things in 2020 about shadow work. One is it does release negative emotions out of your energy field and your vibration raises. But two, there is more than one way to do it. You can do it with intentions, working on energies with your guide teams and the Akashic records, and just to release certain things. And I've done a video on how to do it, and it's the feel method because, and this is what the divine feminine taught me actually. Like my friends in the community who are female and are very high vibrational, that may not be able to see with the third eye, but they feel their way through their shadow work and are able to release it. And it was really amazing to me. So I was channeling some more information on it, and I was given shown a way how to do it with intentions. So you can still release the density within your energy field through intentions. There's a video on it somewhere on my Facebook page if you want to check it out. Or we could do one. We can do a quick thing right now if you want. Or
Sure.
there's a way to do it with the Akashic. Well, they're both with the Akashic, but there's one way to do it where you see it and you go to the points to release the karmic points.
Well, we're over time, but if you want to do a quick thing, that would be great. That would
Okay.
everyone, because a lot of people are going to see this on the replay, and then that way they'll get an experience with you.
Okay. Well, I know there's one that will be very beneficial, an emotion to release. That is the emotions of division, fear, and division,
Perfect.
because that's kind of going around in the community a little bit, and we want to bring in more unity and not participate in the old matrix of fear and division, which has been ultimately a way of system and controlling. This will be a quick one as we're over time. So we'll just bring down, we'll set some intentions first. These
Okay.
intentions are everything. So that this will be for everybody's highest good. Is
Mm-hmm.
the intention, and the intention will be that we'll connect with all your higher aspects and your Akashic record teams to release negative emotions out of your energy field by way of intention. And so everybody can see that. Just set the intention to open up your chakras, um, and for your highest good. It will only be your higher aspects and your Akashic record team and your Ascension Council, your higher self, is going to be working with you on this. And so this is the intention. It's not going to be my Ascension Council unless we're the same soul family, same soul group. Be the only way. So just imagine source light coming down over your head, breathing in golden light from the crown chakra. As you exhale it, you send it out your root chakra and you send it into the heart of Gaia. You're anchoring in your energies, and you're just anchoring into Gaia. So we're staying grounded. And as we're anchoring in with Gaia, we're going to ask Gaia to send her unconditional love energies up through us to fill our hearts and to come out as we breathe, coming out our crown, connecting our source pillar of light. And I like to connect to source through, even though it's within me, quick ways, just through the sun portal. I just connect my third eye to the sun, and I go into the sun portal and I connect with the Ankh and source, and I go into source and bring source light over everybody. And we'll connect our hearts and our third eyes only for you to receive and assist, for you to see and receive, but not for, nobody takes anything. This is just for your highest good. And then we're here to release the shadow work. So let's call on your Akasha record keepers and to release the fears of division within the collective, division within ourself, and to bring in more unity light. So we're going to ask the Akashic record keepers to present 200 lifetimes and to scroll through these lifetimes of when somebody has brought in information of fear and division within ourselves that has divided us, divided our hearts. And we're going to bring in these lifetimes. The Akashic Records keepers are just going to flip through them quickly, these 200 lifetimes. And as they're flipping through it, just send it in unconditional love and divine forgiveness to all those who have brought in fear and division into your life. And you're going to release this, the negative emotions from your energy. You're going to come out the soles of your feet, out of your energy field, this fear and division, and just keep sending an unconditional love to all these 200 lifetimes where people have created fear and division within your life that has divided your heart. And just release that density, calling in the angels to come in and scoop this energy, this density away, and to fill the void up with golden light, with heart and unconditional love rays, and expansion of heart expansion. And we'll just keep flipping through these lives, sending in divine forgiveness and unconditional love to all those that have created fear and division within our lives, within these 200 lives and within our current life. Just forgiving them, sending them love and forgiveness, divine forgiveness, releasing this density, fear and division, bringing in the energies of unity within our heart, energies of love and connection and unity. We're letting go of the old energies and bringing in the new energies as we go through these 200 lives. Just keep sending them. Just see it in your head that it's just flipping through these lifetimes with intentions, and just, you may feel the fear and the division quickly, briefly, but you're forgiving all those who sent in fear and division within your heart, and it caused an energy change, and you're removing that density, that energy change, and you're reshifting now back into unity. So you're releasing the negative emotions, and you're forgiving all those, sending in love and divine forgiveness to all those who have created fear and division in your life in these 200 lifetimes. And just imagine these 200 lifetimes, everybody just send everybody in these lifetimes unconditional love and divine forgiveness who have ever created fear and division within your energy field. And just see it and flip through it and tune into it. Just tune into the frequencies that they have caused and forgive them and let them out of your energy. Just send them divine forgiveness. Let the fear and division out of your energy, and then bringing in the consciousness of unity and aligning with our hearts. As our hearts are expanding and releasing the density, we're bringing in the consciousness of unity and connection and love with all things as we forgive all those who ever brought in fear and division. And we're just letting the fear and division leave us, leave our feet, leave the soles of our feet, leave out of your heart chakra as the angels are scooping it up, and they're removing all the black dense energies of fear and division of these 2 lifetimes, as you're sending in unconditional love to all those who ever have brought in every being. You may see children, bullies, you may see adults with their agendas, with their plans, and it may flash through you quickly, and just sending in divine forgiveness to them all at all stages of your evolution of all these 200 lifetimes. And you're just sending them unconditional love and divine forgiveness, forgiving them for creating division, for sending in energies of fear and division, and just releasing those energies. And then it will be important to also forgive yourself in all these lifetimes. Quickly send forgiveness, divine forgiveness to yourself in these 200 lifetimes, just to release the feelings that of letting fear and division empower your heart, and just forgiving yourself in all these lifetimes, sending yourself unconditional love in all these 200 lifetimes, and just releasing and unifying with unconditional love and unity within your heart, letting the density of fear and division go as you divinely forgive all those who sent you fear and division these 200 lifetimes. And you're connected to all these lifetimes and sending in divine forgiveness to yourself for allowing those energies to manifest and grow within your energies. And you're just letting these energies go. The angels are helping remove these energies, and they're releasing out of the soles of your feet. They're coming out of your chakras. This guy is taking the energies and she's transmuting them, and they're getting recycled. The density is leaving and it's getting recycled, and expansionary light is coming in from your angelic teams, from your ascension teams, from your higher aspects, expanding it in your chakras. As this density is leaving, your energy is expanding. And this is how to do shadow work with intentions. So we're just going to disconnect. We're just going to come out of source, and you may continue to release, and the density may continue to release, and the love energies and the golden light will continue from your guide teams, from the angels, and it'll continue to come in and expand within your energies as you're releasing. Your teams are going to be working with you to fill you up all the voids with unconditional love energies and golden light of ascension. And I'm just gonna, we'll just come out of source, and then I'm just going to call back your consciousness now. Call back your consciousness to this now moment, and then we'll just disconnect our third eyes from the sun. It's just a portal that I like to use because it's quick to go into source through the sun portal. I just find it fast and easy. So we're just going to become present now and expanded in this now moment. And when you're ready to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, your vibration will have lifted.
And your heart should be going.
Yeah. And this is lovely shadow work to do with intentions when you can't see everything, because it's a third eye is like a muscle, and it does take time to develop it and to see things clearly. And there's no way ever that we would ever be expected to have to do shadow work, and there not be another way. And for all these amazing beings who are out there that are feeling their way through shadow work, they can't be wrong. And there's different truths and different paths that lead into raising your vibration. And this is a nice one that you can utilize. It's simple, it's intention based, and you shift your vibration and you shift the frequencies. So I always like to think, what is the frequency that I want to shift within myself? Is it anger? Because anger is a big one that is, like, with all the wars that we've been in. I can't tell you how many wars I've cleared in my past lives. Other people's wars, the indigenous wars I've cleared. One time I decided, I just want to help out the indigenous, all these atrocities that happen. So I started tuning in and doing shadow work and clearing for them. And then this chief energy came in, and he was just like very thankful for what I did. And no word of well, I don't want to say no word of like, but a couple days later, I was feeling a little bit down, and I just needed a little bit of a boost within myself. And all of a sudden, he showed up, and he says, "You know what? You helped us out, and you're clearing it. Let me help you out." And he started sending in all these energies to me to lift up my energies, and so you never. And that's the thing that Yeshua said. When you ask consciousness what it needs, it will come back and help you. It'll give you what you need, either now or in the future, and it's a beautiful exchange of love.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. And Brooke just wrote, powerful. Thanks so much, David. Released a lot. So, and me too. I'm gonna have to listen to this again though, because I was running the show here. So
yeah, but I was even releasing myself as I was doing it. Like we're all advancing our souls and shifting our vibrations, and no one's better than anybody, and we're all the same. So it's like by showing you this, it's helped out me at the same time. I had to release that as well, and I can actually I feel lighter and brighter too. So I'm sure everybody else does.
I think that's part of what is the motivation for everything that people are doing that really are on their path, is that they learn and they get activated from every single person they help. So that's the thing. That's actually the way the design is here. So that's, I love that. And thank you so much, David. Thank you. And I know that your Divine Ray app is going to do incredibly well. It's blessed. So I'm excited to see what I can do on it. I'm going to have fun with it. So and I hope everybody here, I'll be sharing this. Please share this out, you guys, if you have found this valuable, and let more people clear their shadow work and learn about the Divine Ray app that's now available on Apple and on Android. And if any last sentence besides thank you, thank you, thank you.
I just love everybody. We know we're in this together. We're going to change the world, and we're going to help everybody that's awakening. And so honored to be standing by your side and bringing in this love and this shift for everybody with everybody here is
Yeah.
a great
Thank,
honor.
thank you. Yeah, it's all of us. Thank you. Me too.
Oh
Me too.
yeah, everybody. Like I work with people that have no idea how important they are, and they're shifting vibrations just as they're walking in water,
Right.
and they're like, I always felt drawn to the water, and I'm always going into sacred water spots, but like I can't see anything. And I'm like, I'm telling you right now, you're changing the vibrations of the water as you're walking in it. And then there's what people do in their sleep and they don't even realize, but they're participating in all these councils, all these star systems, doing all this galactic work. And they wake up and they feel drained and they're like, oh my goodness, I feel like I have a hangover. But meanwhile, you went and you participated in something to bring on more of this light, whether it was removing density out of the grids or stopping certain attacks that are coming on the energetic structures. So everybody is so important, and
Yeah,
nobody is more important than the other. And that's the
exactly.
whole idea is shifting everybody into this perspective, because nobody should starve, nobody should suffer, and nobody should struggle.
Right.
And everybody should just be able to have this beautiful soul experience and learn and tap into what is their potential and their expression of their self and the pure experience that they want to manifest.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's where
Game
we're at.
on. Game on.
Yeah,
And finding other people to have the game with. That's the thing.
right.
Well, anyway, well, I've got to run, but thank you so much, David, and
Thank you.
I hope you I really appreciate the clearing. I'm gonna probably listen to this again. Thank
Okay.
you again.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy.
It's a delight to help you any way I can. Let me know. Okay.
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 All right. We'll